much. No more legal representatives.
No.
Move on. I really need to play No More Jockeys. It's. Have you seen it? I recommended it a while ago.
No, I haven't seen it.
YouTube series with Alex Horn, Mark Watson, and Tim Key, and it's just a parlor game, like a word game. But it's just after watching it religiously since I think like week 2 or something.
Yeah.
Now it's like I just really want to play it.
No more jockeys. All right, I'll have a look.
It's the simplest game in the world. It's just fun, nice, and right up our street, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, next time there's a get together of some kind, it's a very good end of campfire. Everyone's monged out kind of game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's episode 250.
250.
People are still counting.
6 episodes away from 5 years.
Is it?
Yeah. Which is almost as many listeners as we've got.
52 times 5 is 260, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't 52 times 5 260?
Yeah.
So 10 episodes.
10 episodes. Sorry.
But it's still, 250 is still a large quarter of a million, not a million, 1,000, I don't know, episodes.
Yeah.
Still a big deal. Still a big deal. Still pretty good. And then, I do intend to get back on the podcast stuff eventually, but I've been in very much need of a break. But it's been nice because I did a secondary channel to the podcast, and that's kind of doing quite well with me doing nothing with it. Yeah. So I just need to, if I keep on doing that kind of stuff, then maybe the hope will still be alive. No, I just need to recover and then figure out new stuff. Need new plans.
Yeah.
New plans for new things and bits and bobs. So, you all right, Steve?
How
are you?
Yeah. No,
have you got
I'm all right.
COVID? Have you been attacked by dogs? Are you in a choir now or something? I don't know.
In a choir?
You in a choir?
No.
Oh no, it seems like the kind of thing that you probably fall into once you've got a dog. Can I bring my dog to this choir?
Yeah.
La la la, woof woof woof. That kind of thing.
Yeah. No. Things are all right. It's
all right.
All right. Right. This is different for you because I feel like you're not attached to your stuff in any way. So,
don't think so.
When your stuff gets destroyed, you don't really miss it.
I had a weird feeling when my car got filled with rats and then the police took it away. There was a feeling of it's an end of an era, an end of a rat empire automobile era. But not too much. Depends what it was. Has your dog been destroyed?
Well, the dog, no, no. But it's like, I don't know. It's like having a roommate, but you're still getting to know them, but they're not paying you rent and they're destroying all your shit. And it's just little things, things that I thought were quite innocuous, but we're just not allowed to have, cushions on the couch and stuff anymore. And blankets and all that kind of shit.
Sorry, I don't know if you've prefaced it. My brain sometimes tends to wander. Is your dog destroying your stuff?
Yes.
Right, okay, I thought, for some reason you had to destroy something, it was...
Oh, no.
Be sent away. Oh, okay, right, yeah. So, no. Destructive dog.
Yeah, but it's just that he's young and gets bored, which is fine. It's all just... it's a part of growing up and all of that shit. But it's just awkward for us to meet him now before we kind of, got a chance to meet the... you say, you raised Honey from a puppy. A really young puppy.
Yeah,
whereas he's still a pup.
Weeks.
He's 9 months, so he's adolescent, but he's still like a young dog. And so you went through a stage with Honey where she was utterly dependent on you, could not do anything without you because she's too young. So they have this stage where they rely on you for absolutely everything, and as such they tend to be a bit more receptive. And responsive, but then as they get older, a lot of that kind of goes and fades as they enter this adolescence and they start kind of exploring the world on their own. Well, we've met him at that point, so we've essentially adopted a teenager, and sometimes it's difficult to tell whether he likes us or not.
I mean, I've known you for years. I don't like you. I think that's probably not like a big deal. Wouldn't be surprised if it was a thing.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? Like, as in he's acting out, and you don't know whether he's acting out because he's acting out.
He's pushing. He's just pushing buttons. And it's trying to figure out what behaviours are kind of here to stay. What is actually sort of trainable and sortable and everything, as far as like, because I don't want to. I'd like to kind of be out of the house with him just like in the house, like roaming around the house. But we can't do that right now because he'll just eat the furniture, eat the table. He'll rip up blankets and cushions and all of that shit. So it's gonna be that's gonna be like a period of time and adjustment. Whereas if we'd gotten an older dog that's already broken in, they kind of pass that destructive phase, and it's trying to figure out whether as a terrier, like we're going to be able to be like, hey, this is our shit, here's your shit, you destroy your shit, or whether it's just I'm going to destroy everyone's shit for my entire life.
Is it like scent orientated? I think that was the only little thing that Honey had as destruction. Was like she destroyed my headphones because my ears would sweat into headphones.
Right. Okay. So stuff that smelled like you.
Yeah. Never like cushions or sofa. There's a banister.
Well,
I don't know why banister.
I don't know. He runs away with shoes and things like that. He doesn't really destroy them, but he has the whole terrier thing because he's a terrier. Where he's like, they're trying to, like they're made for shredding animals. So like he'll do that. A lot of that kind of picking shit up and just shaking it until it just gets destroyed. In one, like he was fine with his stuff for a while, and then in one day he de-stuffed like 4 of his toys, and then he was just like, right, there's what else is there? It's like he almost got addicted to it. Like he figured out this new trick, and now he's got to find other things that are stuffed, and like a lot of the comfortable things in our house are stuffed.
Your wife? She's, I'm sure tearing's not the best idea.
Yeah. So it's a period of time for us to spend being like, this is ours and this is yours. These are the rules and these are the boundaries. And I think he's essentially. I was looking it up, and and most dogs that are given over for adoption are given over between the ages of sort of 7 and 15 months, which is that period. Like that's the whole period where they suddenly go from like being these like dependent things that are listening to you and really happy to see you to just like being dicks for just a bit. So like
I don't know. Again, it's different because I had a puppy from a young pup, and it was a long time ago. So probably parentally, right? There's probably she was probably misbehaving, and I've just forgotten about it.
Yeah, but we didn't get the chance to fall in love with him in that period. We're trying to fall in love with an asshole.
Well, like I don't know. How does he respond to treats?
Fine. Yeah. He's
but like when over the mood, like I know that's the big thing I noticed in change of behaviour. Like I've gotten Honey back on a different treat schedule that she was off for a little while because I was never a big fan of the raw food diet or the
my mum tried our family dog on that, and it disagreed with him horribly.
Yeah, it can be really good, but like it's I don't know. This feels. I don't know. Honey really likes particular foods, but like for treats and that, she has like a lamb's spine and like a goose's neck that I just get from stuff like that. And I can tell that like she knows she loves normal dog treats, but like when it comes to the spine of a lamb, she's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
you can tell a big thing. No, and you can tell that she doesn't. She's on a better behaviour when she knows that I've got them, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I've only tried pig's ears so far, and like he loves those things. If we're just out and about, and I'm treating him for like when we're like just because I'm training him for pretty much the entirety of our walks and everything.
Yeah.
Like I literally just grab a handful of his food and he'll work his arse off for it. So like it's I don't, because I was buying like. I was burning through like this kind of store-bought treats, and I was just like, this is really expensive. Like to have a handful of these every single time you go for a walk, and a packet is like 2 handfuls.
Yeah, well, that was something I struggled with because Honey never responds to food like
She's not.
out
Yeah,
and plain.
she's a play.
She doesn't give it. Like I'll have a chicken breast I took out with her, and she's like, "No, just let's play, let's work, let's do something."
Yeah.
So like I had to figure out how to reward her with a bowl.
He's definitely he's definitely more play oriented. But if you're not holding the toy, he'll do stuff for food, and around the house because we don't want to be getting him like fucking pent up around the house. It's all food stuff.
Yeah. Well, sounds fun.
Yeah. It's good. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just I don't know. I have this constant feeling in my stomach. This is just like this. Like I've if it was just me, I'd be like, I'll deal with this. But because it's Vix as well, I'm like, oh, I've ruined both of our lives.
Ruined. Got a puppy. Ruined my life. Like I'm not. Don't. It's an interesting concept.
It's not ruined, but it's just I'm making things difficult for the two of us because this is something I wanted.
Yeah, well, let's put it, and I don't know anything about the situation, but I believe that a nice neutral way of saying it is that Vix was somewhat reluctant to get a dog. Not for a big reason, but it was more like you were pushing for it, and now if it's causing problems, you're probably stressing about that accentuating the reluctance kind of thing. But it's a really big life change. So as well as like the dog's personality, it's you adjusting to this is your life now, and everything kind of changes. So there's a natural period of hesitation.
Yeah.
Right? So
did you have that? Did you like? I don't mean like. Did you ever be like, well, I could just like take her back or something? But like, did you have a period of just like, I don't know, like hesitancy or just?
No, but I'd say that there was a definite period. There was a definite moment where I felt myself grow more intimate.
Yeah.
Like with the dog. So there was always, really, there was always. I've forgotten your term because this is heartbreaking. Ruined my life. It didn't. There's no point like that. But like I was always like, oh, it was really happy to have the dog. But there was a moment where it was like, oh, okay, it's now not necessarily a responsibility or a caring thing. Now it's like, oh, now I can feel the stronger bond that happened a bit over time, and that's probably that's just a time thing, really.
That's the thing. Like the other thing is, it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
So like there's obviously a lot like there's a lot more to come.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a very big change.
Yeah, and it'll take a while for the dog to get set. I mean, I'm assuming this, but like with dogs that have come from other homes, they probably take a little while to settle in. Like this is definitely my place.
That's the thing. It's been sort of like the last week. For the first 2 weeks, he was kind of settling and just, I don't know. You feel like he's kind of keeping up appearances and he's just being nice and he's being a lap dog and everything like that. And then the third week hit and it just, all of this different energy came out. Not in any way like aggressive or anything like that, but just turned into a fucking hype beast. Like it was just all kind of like couldn't chill in the evenings. Like just always constantly needing something to do and something to fuck about with. And so it's trying to figure out a way to match our energies with him and to get him to match his energies with us. For like as our day like ebbs and flows, but it's just going to take time, and there's going to be it's going to be a while before we're able to just kind of just leave him in the house alone and trust him,
right?
Well, without being crated, which I obviously can't do for a whole fucking day.
Right. Yeah.
But
just a time thing, I'd say. It's just it's a really big. On many subliminal levels, there's going to be lots of different phases for you to process. So like, and for the dog as well. I mean, like, if you were to simplify, it could just be that the dog was nervous for the first 2 weeks because it wasn't sure whether he was going to leave or what was going to happen, and now he's kind of like, okay, this is where I am, so I can be myself. Yeah. How much of myself can I be here? There, what's. Yeah. And there's definitely a lot of body language kind of pecking order kind of thing that goes on quite a while for me and Honey anyway. Yeah. Where she's always trying to lead in a lot of different situations.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you notice it after a while, and then you figure out how to, talk them down and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all part of the fun.
Yeah.
All part of the fun.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So dog talk. More dog talk. It's always good. Not a bad thing. Anything else?
No. Literally, that's my life right now.
My life is.
Yep.
My life is. Dogs are great.
They are.
My life is. It's just marriage.
Well, I can't vent to the dog. He doesn't understand.
Yeah, this is true. That's what we've got the podcast for, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's all good. Yeah, so fun week of dog destroying your blankets. Yeah, I think it was only headsets, bit of banister damage. She ate a pizza once. She still steals my sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, he ate some of Vicky's pizza, actually.
Yeah, just like left the... one thing that you do get used to is like not having stuff around.
Yeah.
It just becomes easier.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's a different story for me because like Honey just is now behaved. So like, yeah, you can put something on the side and she won't nick it if she knows she's not meant to. But yeah, you just get used to like, well, I just keep this in a different room now.
Yeah.
So while things go.
We've got this like avalanche of cushions like just on top of the washing machine, like up to the fucking ceiling. It's because it's one of the one points where we've got space and he can't reach. Yeah,
fair enough. So store the emergency cushions.
We just
there for now.
We just need a basket
Safe
or something.
space.
I don't know. We like all they ask you is if you've dog-proofed your garden, which is like, do you have fences? Yes. All right, and that's it. Yeah. Not like, look, he's gonna eat everything you own, so just be aware.
Well, and it's probably a good thing as well. A good sign is while he's destroying stuff that you own, he's also, playing with things that are of your scent. Right?
Yeah.
So it's probably like a.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve's in this basketball.
That's true, and that's nice. But I'm pretty sure I don't spend a lot of time hanging around the curtains. Like I think that's just holy fuck curtains.
Well, you don't protect the house anymore, curtains. I protect the house. Get out of my way.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Well, yeah, it's just remember, just enjoy this period of ruining your life. It's great.
Yeah, I will. It'll get better. How are you?
Yeah. I've been going through a whole process this whole couple of weeks, but like I think I've reached the now time to rage kind of moment, which is nice.
Yeah.
As in like there's like this concaving avalanche of subliminal emotion that I kind of had to process and then pensive over and then grieve over, I guess, in terms of the end of something. I don't know. It's a weird mental, stupid thought thing. But at the moment, I'm now at a point where it's like, right, now I've kind of got the emotions in a box, and now I just want to go scream and weight lift and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's the kind of final phase of it, go out and use it as fuel kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, endless rage. Endless rage and destructive emotion that creeps up on people.
Yeah.
But yeah, get back in shape, do all that. You feeling exercise more because of dog?
Yes and no. I was like, so I finished like an 8-week program, and then I took like what I'd started out as like a deload week, and then we got the dog.
A deload week?
Yeah. So rather than take, for fuck's sake, rather than taking like a week off, you just lift lighter for a week, so you're still working, but apparently it like gives you a chance to recover. What? No, it's cool. I don't understand the need for the term. Like, what instead of lifting what would
heavy,
you say?
You just do it. You don't do as intense sessions because you want a break.
But
you manage.
Things have terms. You're just scared of turning into Stephen Fry.
I'm terrified. But like, No, it's just. It's just.
Don't use words. If we had it your way, the whole world would just be grunts and screams.
I love words. I just don't love words that feel wrong, feel plasticky. But that's just to me, right? It's just a hearing of it was a deload week. What does that mean?
It is a thing.
Well, no, it's not a thing. Well, maybe it is, right? But it's just, what are you doing when you're deloading? You're taking weight off of the rack that you're lifting? Or so what you're loading when you're doing, which means you're loading muscle, right? You're bulking up, you're debulking, you're shredding, you're something else. Just so after the 8-week program, you started
I was taking a week off. Instead of doing a week off, I was lifting lighter. There you go. That's just usual.
Doing more cardio-based, high rep-based exercises.
Yeah. And then we got the dog kind of like midweek, sort of maybe towards the end of that. And like I've still not gotten to a point where like I've gotten like my exercise back in again.
You're still deloading.
No. As in, I haven't been back to the gym since then. Like I've spent so much of my time, like the free time I would have spent exercising, I've been out like working the dog, which is awesome and fine. But it's just I've got to try and find a way to get the gym back into the schedule. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, good cardio is always. This is all a segue. But like, it wasn't just be like, oh, what you doing? Fucking deloading, unloading, or fucking freeboarding, or whatever, surfing. But yeah, have you ever thought like now that you've got less free time because of the dog? Technically, you could get like a treadmill or something like that. If you were to, though, don't get Peloton because they keep on giving babies 3rd-degree burns. These treadmills keep on sucking children underneath them, and the rat mats are going at such a speed they're burning the skin off these kids.
Oh God!
Not what you want in a treadmill, to be honest.
No. So
does it burn my kids? Yeah. Right. Oh, great.
Well, get your kids away from it.
What? Even sure, right? But like, still, you don't expect your treadmill to suck your kids underneath.
Very true. But
right.
It's like,
it should have some resistance.
Can we make a car that won't kill someone when it hits them? Probably not.
But this is a treadmill.
Just get out of the road.
There's an apple over here, there's an orange over here, and Steve's like, it's both oranges over here. There's a treadmill, it's stationary in the corner of a room. A child goes up to it and gets sucked underneath. Why
does a child go up to it?
Why does your dog eat your cushion? I don't know.
Yeah, no, there should be like I'm guessing so the whatever the treadmill-y bit is wraps over the end rather than the end being covered.
Maybe.
I would
think
have
it's
to
like
assume.
So the belt's coming towards the back of the machine.
Yeah.
And it's going underneath.
Yeah.
As a belt does, and it's like so much so much friction or so sticky that it's like if it hits or touches a skin, it just pulls you underneath it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, just don't do that. Like, there's many things you could do to not do that. Sarah and Igal Sadoun of Brooklyn, New York, are filing a lawsuit against Peloton on Thursday after severe injuries were suffered by their son. Their son was sucked underneath the Peloton Tread Plus. Tread Plus. The plus is your son. Now with more child skin, which retails for more than $4,000. The boy became trapped underneath the rotating belt and he continued to run while he was underneath it. Oh. Like, it's so simple and easy to introduce there's something stuck here. Stop the machine.
That's just it. Well, like, have you seen that? It's a thing you can get for like a circular saw, like a table saw.
Yeah.
And you can literally put your hand on it and it will just pull the blade under before it gets a chance to cut you, which is ridiculous. Yeah. Like, that's unreal. But like, yeah, like, it's not. Why don't you have that on gym equipment? Like,
well, it's
that
just
doesn't make sense.
Peloton's a really weird brand anyway. I know very little about it, but all I know is they're like a spin bike range, I think.
Yeah, it was a load of gym instructors just stuck inside the internet. And then the only way they get to speak to the outside world is through these twats that have bought a $4,000 bike.
Yes, it was like online Zoom spin classes was their big thing, I think. But their price is so high, so the people who buy them are all twats with burnt children, right? So it just feels like you should invest a little bit more of that revenue.
So they've bought their kids Pelotons.
Well, their children have grown Pelotons out of the sores. He suffered third-degree burns to his back and third-degree burns. Christ. He's got permanent scarring and disfigurement.
It's like road rash. That's like coming off like a motorbike or something, isn't it? If you're just like wearing jeans.
Yeah. It's just burn.
Yeah.
It's worse than that. It's like rubber. It's like, at least with the tarmac, there's gravel and shit.
Yeah.
At least. This is like just hot rubber. It's a Chinese burn.
Yeah.
But with third-degree burns.
That hospitalises you.
Yeah. He was left with shock, emotional distress, pain, and suffering. The full package.
Yeah.
The Sadoons argue that Peloton knew or should have known that the treadmill was extremely and unreasonably dangerous. It's dangerous, sure, but reasonably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it takes all the necessary precautions when it goes mountain climbing. It's like, no, this is unreasonably dangerous. Safety regulators had issued a warning about the model back in April, urging people with children and pets to immediately stop using it after one child died and dozens were injured. So this isn't like a random case. This is like, no, this treadmill is killing kids all over the country.
Yeah. Product recall? Nah.
$4,500. We need that revenue. You know what I mean? The fitness company then did recall. Oh, hang on. They released footage that showed one boy becoming trapped head first under the running treadmill before eventually wriggling free. The head first under a treadmill. Well, they got to think, right, I guess let's think about it briefly, right? I mean, in order for this to happen at all, the treadmill has to be on. So the belt has to be spinning.
Yeah.
So maybe there's somebody on the treadmill, in which case, you know, yes, it shouldn't be, it should still not be dangerous.
Yeah.
And if you did hear a child burning beneath you, you would hope that you would turn it off.
Yeah.
But if it's just running on its own for no reason, then it's a bit more their fault, but still the safety should still be there.
Yeah.
The fitness company then recalled about $250,000 of the Peloton, an eighth of a million, sorry, of the Peloton tread models, and agreed to stop selling them the following month. Let's sell more this month.
Yeah.
Then next month, the following month, we'll stop then. But this month, we've got a special on, you know, bereaved parent versions of the Peloton. Of the new treadmill. Peloton at the time insisted their products weren't dangerous if used correctly, and said that the warning was
used correctly.
inaccurate.
Run on it. Don't put your head under it.
Put your kid's head under it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Third-degree burn from a treadmill.
She died.
Fucking
Well,
intense.
she wasn't using it correctly. What?
She'd followed the instructions.
Yeah.
She'd be really fit and online. Now she's dead. So yeah, be careful around your treadmills, I guess.
Yeah.
Another brief article. I mean, it's a long article, but there's this one part I found funny about it. The president of Haiti was assassinated by like some kind of assassination, right? But I liked how it happened. I don't know why. At least 2 U.S. citizens have been detained following the assassination of the Haitian president, as video emerged of an attacker yelling, "This is the DEA. We're the DEA." But when he shot him. so it's just before they assassinated, they said, "This is the DEA, by the way. We're the DEA." Bang, 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 bang. Which is like, I love the confidence of being like, did you tell them it was the DEA? Yeah. They won't suspect a thing.
It's fine.
We're the DEA. Bang, 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 bang. One of the men using a megaphone claimed they were agents from the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, while the embassy stated that they do have an office in the Haitian capital. They denied the U.S. had any involvement in the murder. He said previously that they were fake DEA based off of his impression from the security footage. We're DEA, we're DEA. Apparently there was a thing where, I don't know, I didn't follow much of what happened, right? But I think there was some kind of crowd control situation, and the guy with the megaphone saying we're the DEA was like speaking in, one language and saying everything's going to be fine, and then he'd immediately switch to another language and say run, we're going to kill you all.
Oh.
But then he would switch back to another language and be like, don't worry, everything's fine. So he was obviously like...
Yeah. Or maybe he's he thinks he's bilingual, but he's just got it horribly wrong.
He's just watched, NCIS Las Vegas or whatever. With the DEA. The DEA did this, baby, run away. It seems such like a 2-year-old's plan. I don't know. Sounds funny. I was disturbed by this next article. Although it's not disturbing, I don't know. You're from Stoke. It happened in Ireland. But Irish youngster William Woods won a windfall in a prize draw. So he just won a bunch of money. So he bought 6 cows.
So it's like the opposite of Jack and the Beanstalk.
I guess Jack and the Beanstalk. He won a bean and then
we traded the cows for the lottery ticket, essentially.
All right, yeah. This kid just bought cows. I think he's like 10, and he's got 6 cows.
You can have whatever you want. Whatever you want. What do you want? I'd like some cows. Whatever you want. Just anything.
It's just, what's he gonna do next? I don't know. I don't trust it. There's something off about that. My lizard brain has been. If there's a kid with 6 cows, seems like that's a bit off, don't you think? I don't know. It's probably normal. His parents are farmers. It's not the strange thing you want. Cows are my favourite animal, so why don't I buy some? He told Irish national broadcaster. He said rearing the small herd after winning a draw at Christmas had been more work than he expected, but he's enjoyed the experience.
He's just a shepherd now. He's a cow farmer, 6 years old. He's got his little plastic tractor with a bale of hay on the back.
Yeah, then he grows up and then he becomes that family that got gored by that bison because of a haystack or something.
I can handle this. I had cows when I was 6.
I've been through this shit. I thought you just put them in a field, feed them meal, and that's it. But I'm pleased that they've been hard work. It's taught me that you need to actually work for something, because you can't just be sitting around on the sofa doing nothing.
How old is he?
Oh, my life's a mess. I thought he was like 10, but I'm going to have to look it up. He's not like I don't think he's a 10-year-old.
10?
He's 10 years old.
I mean, fair play. If he's actually mucking in and doing the work and that. But I feel like, this is really hard work. And his dad's like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
You ungrateful shit. I'm just disturbed by a 10-year-old with an army of cows. You need to have something you're passionate about, I think, he added. These lovely calves, I love checking them, make sure they're eating, make sure they're healthy, eating grass, all that stuff. If they're not eating, they'll get sick.
Yeah.
He said. It's such a weird feeling because they're mine. This kid, he's evil. The kid's evil.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with owning cows, but when you're 10, I don't know, get some Lego. I don't know.
It is weird. It's weird. Like, I'd understand something outlandish, like, I want to buy a sweet shop. Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. But, I want 6 cows.
Well, you can afford. You can afford 10. No, I only need 6.
I'll have 6.
What do you mean you need them?
They're mine. I want them to be mine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it, but there's something weirdly disturbing about a
Where
10-year-old
are
with a
they?
load of cows.
Like, did he buy a field, or are they just knocking about in his back garden?
Well, he lives on a farm, I think, with his parents who are farmers.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, that makes more sense.
It's not crazy, but it's disturbing.
It's kids doing what the dad does, isn't it?
Spending thousands of pounds on cows.
On cows and then slaughtering them.
They're mine. I can slaughter them if I want. They're mine.
Yep.
Just, I don't know, this disturbed me. He said homeschooling and being away from his friends had been tough during the pandemic, with restrictions in the Republic of Ireland meaning schools were closed for much of 2020 and 2021. Homeschooling didn't really work out in our house. It just didn't feel like school, he said. This is a 10-year-old. Homeschooling didn't really work out, but cows worked out. Cows work more than books.
Yeah.
I missed my friends so much, and I had no way of communicating with them. So yeah, the guy was lonely, I guess.
I traded my books for bovine.
Yeah. What the hell's that? He told BBC Radio Ulster Evening Extra programme 5 of the calves were called Trixie, Audrey, Helen, Rebecca and Hannah. So he's only named 5 of them, but he's got 6.
I'm not naming him because he's going first.
You're mine. Why is it weird? Why is it weird? Give all the cows you want to all the children you want. It's just weird that he loves, that he owns these souls. His mother Ruth told the programme she wasn't surprised that William had chosen to buy livestock. Why weren't you surprised? It's a bit surprising, isn't it? When you go into your son's bedroom, he's got 6 fucking cows. I don't know. It's probably a very normal, heartwarming story. But yeah, for some reason, my brain goes, that kid's a serial killer.
It's like, I don't know. Like it's the same as I had one.
A cow?
No, not cows. I had one, but looking back on it now, it freaks me out a bit. Kids who've got like ant farms. Like, yeah. I get the fascination with it of like watching the workers, but there is a thing of just taking them from nature and be like, you're mine now. You've got no queen. Mine my sand. It's just It's
I always felt that way about fish as well, like aquariums. They're more like furniture. They become more like furniture than like
I did the fish thing for a while. Having fish is it's like gardening. Like you're looking after an environment.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I had a fish growing up, and it was like, there was an element of responsibility for a kid of like, well, you have to feed this fish every day.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing, which, you know, was a small part of learning it. Yeah. Never really cleaned out. Then you clean out the fish bowl and stuff. But
but if you forget, it's not really a big deal.
No, you just wake up and your fish is dead.
They can live for a while.
They certainly can. In other news, conservationists in Minnesota have requested the general public stop releasing their goldfish into lakes.
Oh, I think I saw something about that, because they turn into like monstrous things or something.
They turn into, you know, like animals of the damned, like size of American footballs. Stuff like this giant goldfish. The city of Burnsville, a suburb of
where all the Peloton kids live.
Yeah, where Peloton's manufacturing. Burnsville shared images of an incredibly large goldfish the size of an American football that was discovered in a local lake after being let loose.
I can believe that. We have goldfish in our pond at my mum and dad's, and they get fucking monstrous once you put them in there.
But like as big as like a koi fish?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Big things.
I mean, there's definitely a, what do they call it? A teacup pig, wasn't it? That was a fad. Is it teacup pigs?
Apparently that isn't real.
Well, definitely. It's never been real. They're just baby pigs.
Yeah.
Like I know people who've gotten a teacup pig and then been very distraught when it grew into a pig.
A dinner service pig.
Yeah.
A dining table pig.
Yeah, just and so I guess there's an element of, I mean, my goldfish never grew any bigger than a goldfish, and I won that goldfish at like a coconut shy.
Yeah, I got some from that.
So like, I guess maybe in certain like if you put them in a pond, maybe they grow bigger because they want to, because of, you know, fight off predators.
I always
and stuff.
used to think that, and then I heard that was a myth, and they just
about
grow
the goldfish
regardless. But then.
But I had a goldfish literally in a goldfish bowl and never got massive. Yeah. Admittedly, my responsibility of feeding the goldfish was somewhat questionable as a 5-year-old. But never felt like it was ever going to get massive.
No, it's the same. When I was 5, we had goldfish, and I used to handle them. I don't know why.
Play badminton with them.
He used to just like take them out of the tank. They didn't seem to give a fuck, but
I just want to die. Maybe now I can die. Handle me to death. Anything's better than this. Anything's better than this. No, it can't be. What of them? I imagine there is a thing about your environment, because like that's what dinosaurs did, right? And goldfish are probably dinosaurs. Like you grow as big as you feel you need to protect yourself. If you're in a bowl, you probably don't want to get bigger than the bowl. But if you're in a pond with lots of random shit going on, maybe you want to do that. Please don't release your pet goldfish into ponds and lakes. They grow bigger than you think and contribute to poor water quality by mucking up the bottom of sediments and uprooting plants.
Yeah.
Apparently, I haven't got it in my notes, but I think it was written that people use goldfish as bait for other fish.
What? I don't know. Is that just because they're cheap?
Intense. Maybe, or
they just shove a hook through its tail or something and throw it in.
And just go fishing with it and try and catch a bigger fish.
Yeah.
It seems crazy, but fair enough. But yeah, it's massive goldfish roaming. This is what concerns me about the whole bison thing, because eventually there's going to be some Irish kid that buys 6 bison, and then he releases them into a lake or a pond, and they grow to the size of a stadium or something. It's just, you need to have better responsibility about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, more burns. Oh, this is the last one from me. A mum has been left with horrific burns to her face after attempting to poach an egg in a microwave while on a Peloton treadmill. No, she was she apparently. I know people cook eggs in microwaves. I've seen people cook bacon in microwaves.
Yeah.
But like. There's science here that isn't immediately obvious to me, but there's a cooking hack for boiling an egg, for poaching an egg, and it involves burning off your face. Apparently, the 25-year-old boiled the kettle and filled a cup, so it's a cup of boiled water. She then cracked a raw egg into the water, then put it in the microwave for 10 seconds.
Right.
So boiling hot water plus 10 hours of make hot more water makes an egg in 10 seconds, I guess, is what they're saying. Probably makes sense. It's probably believable.
Sure.
You can quickly, if it's hot enough, cook something quickly.
I just feel like yolks explode if you put them in the microwave, though.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen like people make scrambled egg in a microwave.
You can do scrambled egg because it's scrambled. Everything's already broken up.
Yeah. But what happened was, so she got the mug out of the microwave, put a spoon in to turn the egg, and apparently because the spoon was cold, it resulted in the egg like a geyser, just out the. I don't understand. I haven't looked into it.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's probably something
egg science.
Yeah, like when very hot touches very cold, there's probably a reaction of some kind.
Yeah.
And it probably attacks the face of the host that it thinks has tried to annihilate it.
Yeah.
I imagine that makes sense. But yeah, the reaction sent the piping hot water straight in her face as she stood over the cup. So, as you probably would if you're trying to see if an egg is cooked. You're like looking directly over the cup. Then you put a spoon in it and then it just explodes in your face. She was so traumatized by the incident that she was convinced she'd burnt her face off, but she didn't. She ran under a cold tap and only had second-degree burns. I left out the headline. What was the headline? The headline was the reason I found it funny. Mum vows never to eat egg again after microwave poaching leaves her with burns. I'm never eating an egg again.
The world is...
It's in my face.
The world is on notice. Fair enough. She's off the edge.
I solemnly take this vow to never eat a fucking egg.
It's a really strong stance.
Oh, no, yeah, that was it as well. There was a nice little parallel between, there was a chicken nuclear landmine last week.
Yeah.
And there was some kind of egg landmine boiling water biological weapon this week. So which came first? It's a nice little... microwave
it's a nice follow-on.
landmine.
I had a follow-on... That woman that poured sugar water over the guy's face.
Oh yeah.
There was a follow up from that. So apparently, he had admitted to her that he'd abused their 2 kids, and one of their kids had killed themselves, like, because of it. So that puts some much needed context into that situation, I think, as to why she felt the need to kill him in such a horrible way.
Well, like, I still can't get the boiling sugar. Like, I get the killing him. I get the,
it's like tar. It's just, I want you to suffer. It's just...
Yeah, but, like, I get... we talked a little bit how it's maybe, like, a different in psychology of... maybe a gender thing, but also just a person thing of just, like... Yeah, I couldn't go and prepare... I couldn't go boil water to prepare to kill somebody. It would be more... intense.
Well, I think that's it's a different. It's a man and woman thing as well, because it's also you, like, if you had kids, and someone had done that to your kids, you wouldn't wait for them to be asleep. You would act now with intense violence. Yeah.
It wouldn't be I'm just gonna go put the kettle on. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
and even then, it's not as satisfying. While it may be satisfying to boil somebody, it wouldn't be the right satisfaction that I feel I would instinctively need. But I mean, I think we judged her because she was his carer. But, like, fuck that if he abused your children and they killed themselves.
Yeah,
he definitely deserves that kind of retribution, I think, from her. But just boiling, add a bit of sugar, make it sticky.
Yeah. I haven't got that written down. That was just because I'd been talking to Vix about that as well. She's the one that told me that shit in the first place.
Isn't it? Yeah.
She sent me an update on it. Anyway, Sembo, a Chinese alternative to Lego, have launched a new line of toys for ages 6 and up to celebrate the Chinese space program. This includes a model of a rocket launch site with a sign on it that says, "Those who steal secrets will be captured and beheaded."
For ages 6 and up. Is it in Chinese or is it in English?
So
we want to introduce the kids to the space program, make them aware of it, but also make them aware of the government. Dream big, but if you want to dream big with your head on, don't tell anybody you've got this Lego set.
Yeah. The shocking phrase, which is not something expected in Child's Play, comes from a real warning sign aimed at possible spies and leakers who enter the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, the first of the 4 space launch sites of the Asian giant. So basically, it's a model of a real sign. If you go to this place, like that sign is actually there. Those who steal secrets will be captured and beheaded. But so it's culturally appropriate. It's like if we had something expletive written on the side of Big Ben, it would be like, well, it's technically correct. So if there is a model of Big Ben, you've got to have "eat shit and die" written up the side of it or whatever, because because it's on there.
I mean, I went to like on a historical trip to like trenches and shit like that in France when I was a kid. There was no like, this is where everyone wanked.
Yeah.
They left out a lot of details that like they thought weren't really that relevant. Oh, well, you have to show them where did all the gang rape happen? Oh, well, that was over here. This was the gang rape tent.
Yeah.
Or, whatever people did, which is like not totally unbelievable. It's like, well, there's a sign. Does it have to write exactly what it says? Can't it just say Lego? No. You need to have the beheading in there. Put the beheading in there. Kids will love it. They love it. Did you see Legos in a court tried to some kind of legal action against a gun that's been that looks like it's made out of Lego?
Okay.
There's like someone's developed a gun that if you look at it, it's got all the Lego branding, it's got little Lego men on it, but it's an actual gun that kills people.
Right. I mean, that's not right.
Not great, and it is kind of like copyright, right? I mean,
yeah. Yeah. You can't kill someone with that. That's an infringement of our rights.
It's a gun.
Yeah.
It's just a gun. I don't have the notes on it, but I wonder if I can just Google Lego gun. A company made guns looking like Lego. The toy maker told it to stop. It's all in America, but I mean, it looks literally. I mean, I'll see if I can just send you this image. It is just like a Lego stick. What are we on? We're on Teams, but maybe I can get Facebook somewhere. But yeah, so I think Lego, was it a Lego space rocket?
Sembo, which is Chinese Lego.
Sembo. Right.
Although the Sembo block space set is also available to consumers outside of China, in the foreign market, the warning sign has been left blank. So you can't even give away the secrets of the sign.
Otherwise, they'll take your fucking head. The Lego gun, they're worried that kids will get them and think that they're Lego toys, raise them as weapons, and they'll be shot because it's an actual gun. So, it's a weird world. But yeah, I sent you an image of it. It's just a gun, but it's looked in a lovely little Lego image.
Oh, God. Where is it? Oh. Yeah, that is... I mean...
Yeah, it's a Block 19, I think they've marked.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but it's a gun, I don't know why.
It's got a little Lego sight on it and everything.
Yeah. It was to highlight the pure enjoyment of shooting sports, apparently.
That's fair enough.
I mean... In the world of there's no gun control,
well, look,
really.
They're not hiding anything. At least like Pelotons killing people, and it's a fucking treadmill. At least the gun's on Front Street about it.
But is it on Front Street? I mean, it looks like a toy gun.
Yeah.
Well, at first glance,
it's got
it would
a clip
look like
in
a toy gun.
That looks.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But if you had a quick glance at it, you would assume it was a toy gun.
Yeah.
And then you'd have a closer look, and it would be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a whole thing about not being allowed. Well, in the UK anyway, not to have toy guns that look like guns, isn't it? Some of that. Anyway, so, Lego, Sego. Sembo. Beheadings and execution guns. Gun sport.
Yeah. In other news, lightning strikes in India killed 38 people in a 24-hour period, 11 of whom were taking selfies at the time.
Oh. The collage at their funerals is going to be amazing. In every single one, there'll be in the background somebody getting struck by lightning. Lightning's great. Lightning's awesome.
The stupid thing about this is it's monsoon season in India at the minute, so there's lightning afoot, it's just fucking everywhere.
Right.
And it says the majority of deaths occurred in the western state of Rajasthan, where 11 people died after being struck by lightning as they posed for photographs near a watchtower at the 12th century Amber Fort, police said. So maybe get the fuck away from the giant lightning rod during the storm, you fucking idiots. Is it not? Why does the kill count have to get to 11 before you're maybe I'll go home?
I mean, it's during a monsoon, so are the selfies going to be that high quality anyway?
Probably not. The phone's probably dead.
Yeah, or it's just wet. I mean, I went on to I forget the name of this town in Japan, but it was a village in the crater of an old volcano. And there was the altitude was with the clouds. So when the clouds would roll in, you'd be in them basically. And I remember I've got a load of photos of me in the rain there, but I don't know, never a big what photos you try and take? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you take pictures of lightning? It's just...
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of photos of lightning. I don't understand how it happens. I don't understand how you now. It's too fast.
It's a log exposure. Have you seen lightning in slow motion?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Going all over the place.
Police said that at least 9 more people were killed and nearly 20 others were injured in separate lightning strikes when the state was lashed with thunderstorms and monsoon rains. Most of those who died were farm labourers working in exposed fields. So it's just shit life. Really.
What a work hazard!
I know.
The sky.
Yeah, and sometimes
the sky gets angry.
Yeah, it's just part of the job. You're getting paid fuck all for it. Carry on. And most like insurance policies rule out like acts of God.
Acts of Zeus.
Yeah, so you can't even fucking sue anybody.
Yeah.
Assuming you live, that's it. Like you're alive. You don't get anything from it.
Pretty insane. Yeah. Injured by lightning.
Yeah.
You're frazzled. You're a bit dazed. No, I feel like your body chemistry's changed.
Yeah.
Now you're an iguana.
It's one of those things. It's like I don't know. People are like daredevils. Like they'll jump off bridges with parachutes and stuff like that for the search of that thing. It's like if you could guarantee them, like, look, you won't die. Do you want to get hit by lightning? Like I think a lot of people would take it up. You won't die. You won't get like permanent scarring. You won't get like burnt horribly or anything like that. Your life will continue exactly as it is. Do you want to get hit by lightning? I think people would take that up.
I reckon people would set themselves on fire if they could.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like be like, oh, no permanent injuries, but you'll get to be on fire for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's pretty fun.
Be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other news,
write home about.
A market vendor in Thailand went to a local police station to report that she was being harassed by a spirit. The 39-year-old
haunted, so 90s.
39-year-old market vendor who sells boiled corn told police that the spirit was trying to possess her body and caused her heart and abdominal pain. She tried taking medicine, but it didn't help. Said the spirit has been harassing her for 3 months.
For God's sake.
The woman tried a ritual with blessed water to rid the spirit. Apparently it worked for a short time, but the heart and abdominal pain returned. Convinced that the pain was due to the spirit, the woman went to the police for help. Since the spiritual world is a matter of belief, the police don't do paranormal investigations. The vendor was told to go to a temple. A report to Thai media said that the woman will try another magical bath to get rid of the spirit.
One more.
Look,
yeah.
I tried one of these. It worked for a bit. It went off. But, it's come back.
Yeah, it was something about, the holy water she used was just, the first glass of water she'd had in a week.
Yeah.
And now that relieved some of the abdominal pain and headaches. Now she hasn't drank any water. Now she's all headaches and abdominal pained up again.
I'm being harassed. Who by? I don't know. He's dead.
Arrest him.
Yeah.
Police.
Cuff him.
Yeah. I went to the police. Not going to do anything about it. Fuck you.
Apparently it's a big thing over there. Because the place is so kind of spiritual. The police get called into shit like this all the time. Back in 2017, police stepped in to help a village that was said to have been haunted. Bangkok Post reported that the district police chief wrote a letter to the local police commander asking him to send help to provide security for a village haunted by the legendary Thai ghost Phi Pob. In Thai folklore, the ghost can possess a human, causing them to eat raw meat. In this case, the village chief claimed that the ghost had led to the deaths of 4 animals and caused 4 residents to get sick. So that was...
Eating raw meat means eating live meat and injured those animals. Then he ran out of animals and bit 4 people.
This ghost caused these 4 chickens to die and these 4 people to get incredibly ill.
Yeah. From food poisoning from undercooked chicken.
Yeah.
Seems
very undercooked.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I definitely get that. I think... what's a good way to describe it? I think that if you believe yourself to be, if you have subliminal things going on, I think they manifest themselves in your mind's eye, right? You can probably, a lot of people can feel that they're haunted by something. Yeah. Whether it's something guilty or something and they want to get away with it. I don't know if you ever want to arrest your ghost. I don't know how that's going to work, but if you're at wit's end and you've got no other ideas.
Well, it's like you with your toothache. It seems like a desperation kind of move. It's this has been so long. I need it gone. Please help. please.
Yeah, I should have gone to the police. My fucking tooth, mate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah, you don't, like, it's not your style to go to someone else for help, but it's like, I've got a screwdriver and a hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go to me for help.
I've got that nuclear-powered backpack they've got in Ghostbusters kicking around in my loft. Go do that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been an assumption of yours that your toothache was being caused by spirits. So I think if you strongly believe that that's what it is, then maybe you would go to the police. I don't know. But then they said, like, go to a temple, and that does make more sense.
Yeah, it feels like that would be the bigger port of call rather than the... I mean, what the police are going to do, arrest the ghost?
Yeah. But,
whereas if someone in a temple, you feel would have more of some more tools to deal with it.
True, but you want like, I don't know, it's been so long, you want like real attentive care, and you need that sense of emergency, and it's like you get that from like a police car or an ambulance or a fire truck or something, but you don't really get it from a hearse.
It's true. If she went to a firefighters, I think that'd be more effective.
Yeah, just spray her with a hose.
Yeah, like, well, the best case scenario, going to the police, she wants the police to go out and try and shoot it.
Yeah. With pain in your stomach, you say. Fetch the jaws of life.
We'll get it open. We'll see what's going on in there. It'll be great. Yeah.
And finally, it's a very short one. Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister of Australia, has finally put to rest the rumours that he'd soiled himself in a McDonald's following a rugby league final. Finally put to rest. I did not shit myself in McDonald's. The Prime Minister of Australia.
Just like the Prime Minister's question time or whatever it is, or the questions about policy, questions about other members of the cabinet, and did you shit yourself in that? No, I didn't. I swear. I would tell you if I did. I would have filmed it. I didn't. I do apologise.
He went on like appeared on Kyle and Jackie O radio show on Thursday, where he sought to put to rest the rumour once and for all that's been circulating for the past 2 years. It's just been following him. You're like, look, I didn't shit myself.
Well, there was, I think it was Opie and Anthony. They had, I forget, I don't know American politicians, but it was around the Bush era or something. There was like a security advisor or something, and there was rumours going around that actually he was a lizard. And and like it was still being like Louis C.K. I think was on the show, and he was like, you know, I have to ask because it's so ludicrous and it's so easy for you to say no, I'm not a lizard. Are you a lizard? And he would just refuse to answer. And he'd be like, well, this obviously means you're a lizard. I mean, but why don't just say you're not a lizard? It's so easy. Like, no, thank you, goodbye. Well, he's definitely a lizard. I mean, but maybe people play into these things. I don't know. Maybe they use it for publicity.
It's intrigue, isn't it?
Is he a lizard? Did he shit himself?